The G-Wade Podcast with Deacon Dirty.
Yeah. So, which leads me to this.
Okay. Speaking of CMOS.
Yes. But everything has, I started doing health fairs and stuff in 2012.
What got you into...
So, when you ask me about being an artist, really, wholeheartedly, artist at heart. Like, sing, write. I used to sing in the church, the youngest little things, and being the lead singer amongst everybody and stuff. So, started doing event planning and stuff like that, doing health fairs. Like with my son, I got pregnant. Well, I had him in 2008, I'm sorry. And, it was like a very near fatal delivery. Like, doctors using forceps and the vacuum was trying to force him out instead of letting him come out. Yeah. And with the epidural, like, they put so much epidural on you sometimes that you can't even feel nothing. So you can't tell if you're pushing. You can't tell if you're... So, it was very, very bad delivery to the point where he had to get 2 blood transfusions. And I was so confused on it because when it came to religion, I grew up in a household that was not non-dimensional, but non-dimensional.
It was in another dimension. I get it, though.
You know what I mean.
Pun intended, you know what I'm saying?
Christianity. And then my dad's wife was a Jehovah's Witness. Jehovah's Witnesses, they taught you to... I will say I learned a lot, but I didn't agree with everything that they had going on, but... Blood transfusions.
What you mean we can't have Christmas?
Yeah, that part. Blood transfusions and stuff like that. They were like, so when I came across, because the doctor was like, oh my God, you got such a beautiful baby boy. He is fine. But in my head, I'm like, dang, why ain't hold him though? Like even the doctor didn't even deliver the baby. Like you kept trying to pull with the forceps. The forceps flew out your hand. The monitor's beating. The nurses looking at you all crazy. They walk out on you.
Oh, wow.
And they come back in with other nurses and midwives and kind of push her out the way.
I guess did they kind of move him out the way or something?
Yeah, they moved Dr. Afrika Stewart, fed Piedmont. Do not go and do not attend.
What's the name?
Dr. Afrika Stewart. Oh. Afrika Stewart was
not
the
Africa,
one.
but Afrika.
Afrika.
Yeah, right. It's spelled like Africa, but pronounced Afrika. But so they had my mom hold my leg.
Let me get you a little close.
They had my mom hold one leg, my son's father hold the other leg, and they climbed on the bed and they kind of just pushed him down and slid him out and ran straight to ICU. But me being so young and I was in the hospital like 2 days.
And your son's your first child, right?
Yeah, he's my first child.
So this is traumatic.
Yeah, very traumatic. So when he was born on the 16th, December 16th. So I went in December 15th, like early. So I was there all day, ain't eat nothing. I'm thinking like, hey, finally I can eat. But I'm there and it dawns. I'm like, okay, no one's happy that I just had a baby. Everybody's face look kind of blank.
Yeah.
I'm like, so I look in the door. I see his father, and he's trying hard not to come in, but he's like putting his head like, let me know that, hey, I'm still here. But his face he's so light skinned, his face so red. So red, look like he's been crying. I'm like, what the heck going on? My mama, she was like, she ain't say nothing. I'm
right.
Okay, something's going on. So then the doctor, Afrika, comes in. She's like, oh, you have such a beautiful baby boy with blue eyes and, all this other stuff. I'm like, okay, well, where is he?
Yeah.
I didn't get to hold him. Just for another doctor to come in. Now, this doctor, I forgot his name because he was so mean. To me, he was so mean. But I appreciated his honesty. He came in and was like, your baby is not doing okay. If I need you to sign these paperwork and this one right here, because he need to get blood transfusion, this second paperwork just in case the first one don't work. Because if he don't get this, he will not live. He will not make it by tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's not happening. So I was just so scared. Like my mama had to, end up signing everything because I was like feeling like it was my fault. Like I wasn't pushing. I didn't do this, but he was temporarily paralyzed on the left side of his face. He had blood in between his head and his skull. His head was so swollen from all the the forceps and the vacuum that his ear was caved into his head. When I tell you, he was in so much pain that after they gave him the blood transfusion, they didn't even wash him. This boy was born at 6:45 p.m. I didn't see my baby 2:30 in the morning. And that's only because I made his father carry me over there because I thought he died.
Yeah.
Everyone coming to my room, like the whole hospital knew about him. And it was just so crazy that this one custodian lady came in. Like, my mom's already a woman of prayer and stuff, but this one lady came in. And she was like, let me tell you something. God got the final say-so. Your baby will not die today. I promise you that.
Right.
She kept praying. She kept reassuring me and stuff like that. She's like, don't let nobody come in here and give you any shots or anything. Like, nothing. Like, the social workers came in, they were like, yo, off record, you need to get you an attorney. Like, that shouldn't happen. But, in the state of Georgia, for whatever reason, it's so hard to prove have a malpractice case. Like, you have to prove. Which mean I got to prove that they was being negligent. Like, I'm sure they go in.
People, somebody knows.
Yeah. So, but, needless to say, no case or whatnot. And, but, he stayed in the ICU for about 2 weeks. He came home Christmas Eve. Came home Christmas Eve, and he had little issues where he had to drag the left side of his body. So I'll take him to the hospital where doctors, they look at you as a young mother. Oh, you're young. You don't really know nothing. When kids bodies slop off. No, baby. Let me tell you something about this woman right here.
It's different.
Okay, no. My mama had us watching kids for I had twin cousins that I think it was my kids when I was 8, 9, watching them, so I know how newborn sits in the seat. Like when you back then, you get left with the babies and stuff, so I don't know how they're supposed to sit. Should be no reason why his head is this way, but the body like this. No, so I took it upon myself and just had him sitting in like a little bouncers and stuff. Big old covers around him, adjusting his body and make him sit up straight. And every day, there was no lullaby. There was A, B, C, D, F, G. Little Einsteins and stuff. Like, I really work with my son. And
that's
like,
what's up.
There's no issues. But because he had a damaged nerve, and they have like a statute of limitation on certain things. So I guess for him it was the age of 5. But I'm like, what if he plays football at the age of 15 and gets hit the wrong way?
Right.
He goes right back to being paralyzed. But because we passed the statute of limitation, there's nothing they can do. So guess what? I don't allow my child to play tackle football. I mean, I probably wouldn't let him play no ways if he didn't have that, but because of the movie I watched with Will Smith. Concussion. But I don't allow him to play certain things because I'm just nervous that if he gets hit the wrong way, he'll be paralyzed. So that situation traumatized me with my daughter when I got pregnant. I was depressed. I was scared. I was like, God, take the wheel. But everything was good with her.
That's what's
everything
up.
was good. So, things worked out.
Yeah.